sound engineering, audio
No,
engineering.
yeah.
But unfortunately, the song portion of my speech today had to be cut short because I couldn't think of enough words that rhymed with engineering. I figured power steering, I couldn't think of what it is. So, despite the difference in my undergrad experience, I figured I would try to talk briefly to you all about how I think these two fields have been complementary and try to reach some common ground with all of our different perspectives. I've worked in the Belfer recording studio here on campus for the past 6 years. I started making recordings in high school and had the cliche, life-changing experience. There was something about combining music with scientific devices like microphones and theory like acoustics that just instantly made sense to me. And as a musician who was forced growing up to sit and practice, I became used to troubleshooting my own skills and technique, only to make the slow climb towards progress. And to prove that this slow climb didn't ever end, beginning last summer, I spent about 6 months recording 6 songs with my band in the studio. 6 songs in 6 months. Now, of course, you'll have to hear it to let me know if it's actually worth the time, but don't worry, I'll be selling them in the parking lot after this. But during that time, long hours and almost constantly thinking of the problem at hand pushed me further. Maybe not in the right direction all the time, but there's something about the process of moving that feels like a different kind of progress. The author Henry Miller once wrote, "When you can't create, you can work." This is the time spent poring over all the possible details of a problem, racking your mind for any route that would make that eureka moment occur. And I'm positive that that's been a common experience for all of us in this room today. There's a book called Flow by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, in which he describes an idea called the paradox of happiness. In simple terms, it turns out that we're the happiest when we're working and the most depressed when we're idle, but somehow we get it in our minds that the two are reversed. So in even simpler words, watching episodes of Storage Wars may not actually be as fulfilling as we think. That's what the scientific study says. So with this, I want to imagine what these letters, MS and PhD, that we'll all be putting on our resumes soon, means to creative people like you and I. These letters mean that we have mastered the ability to think, troubleshoot, and strive to make things operate better for everyone. And the idea of enjoying our work is what will keep us creating and living in a way that's truly satisfying. Because I think in order to reach that eureka moment, the knowledge has to be ingrained prior, tucked away somewhere so that a brand new connection can be discovered later. And that's what we've done in the completion of these degrees. No matter if it's been analyzing papers, checking equations, calculations, or finding the best chords to a song's bridge, in some unified way, we've all had the necessary preparation to create and enjoy our work. Thank you.
Let's thank Kevin one more time for his wonderful perspective.
It gives me great pleasure now to introduce our speaker for this afternoon and our LCS alum, Mr. Bill Halpin. Bill works at Google's Mountain View, California offices, where he manages mobile web ads in Google's $8 billion mobile ads business. His team works to improve mobile display ads for users, advertisers, and publishers. Prior to joining Google, Bill was a principal engineer at Synopsys and Simplicity, where he created software tools to place and optimize FPGA logic. At Intel, Bill managed the R&D team that developed EDA placement and routing tools used to create Intel's Pentium. processor, and other microprocessors. Bill also worked at IBM's marketing group and with GE's Advanced Sonar Research Group. He was a co-founder of IQE, a database company founded from research at Syracuse University's Center for Advanced Systems and Engineering. Bill is also the co-author of the book, Handbook of Algorithms for Physical Design and Automation, and he holds 3 patents. Bill studied economics and computer engineering at Syracuse University, and he graduated from Syracuse in 1988. He completed his master's and his PhD in computer engineering here at Syracuse under the direction of Professor Roger Chen. As an undergraduate, Bill was elected to Student Government Controller and was responsible for overseeing and allocating student activity funds. He currently serves on SU's San Francisco Regional Council and previously served on SU's Alumni Board of Directors. As you can see, Bill Halpin is a very, very busy person. And we are very thrilled that Bill is able to come here today and spend some time talking with you, the graduating class of 2013. Please join me in welcoming the distinguished alumnus, Bill Halpin.
Graduates, class of 2013. Woohoo! Congratulations, today's your day. In the immortal words of Dr. Seuss, you're off to great places, you're off and away. You have brains in your head and feet in your shoes, and you can steer yourself any direction you choose. When you started your studies here, if you were like me, you were concerned with how your classes and professors would help you become a better engineer. Your presence here is proof that you have mastered your course material. Well done. But your time here at Syracuse has brought another huge benefit, one that I did not fully recognize until I left the university. Today, you become Syracuse alumni, joining a group of almost 250,000 graduates university-wide and 15,000 graduates in engineering across 50 states and 165 countries. This is a special group that includes congressmen, senators, and the Vice President of the United States. In the engineering world, it includes astronauts like F. Story Musgrave, who has been in space 6 times. It also includes the creator of the venture capital industry, something that's played a huge role where I live in Silicon Valley, Arthur Rock, who became a billionaire funding companies like Intel and Apple that have defined our generation. I was talking with Professor Mohan yesterday at lunch, and we were reflecting on just the diversity and huge impact that all of our graduates have made. From the IBM mainframe PC to Intel's microprocessor to today's mobile phones, Syracuse engineers have led the way. There were more Syracuse engineering grads at IBM when they developed mainframes and PC than any other college. At Intel, my department also was dominated by Syracuse alumni, more than any other school. And now in this next wave of computing that's impacted our lives so pervasively, Andy Rubin, the father of Google's Android operating system, is a Syracuse computer science graduate. As alumni, you join your predecessors who are leading these amazing companies that are changing the world. You name a company, and you will find a computer scientist, or a double E, or a computer engineer, or a mechanical engineer, or aerospace, or a bio or chemical engineer, or civil or environmental from Syracuse working there. You and your fellow graduates share a set of common experiences. Engineering classes at Ling Hall, late night projects, getting food on Marshall Street, and great Syracuse weather. For me, this network has been a source of inspiration and played an important role in my career and friendships that have made me who I am. I would like to share 3 stories of fellow alums and spotlighting 3 lessons I have found useful in my career. Lesson 1. Don't be afraid to ask a stupid question. A few of you may recognize Syracuse alum Peter Falk from reruns of his detective show Columbo. With his rumpled trench coat, he became famous for the dumb questions he used to trap suspects into their confession. His trademark phrase was, "Just one more thing." As a new engineer, you will naturally want to show how smart and capable you are in your new job. After all, you're from Syracuse. But this desire may make you reluctant to ask the question for fear of looking silly. This is one of the biggest mistakes I see young engineers make. Learn from Columbo. Ask dumb questions. Okay, you don't really have to go out of your way to ask stupid questions. What I'm trying to convey here is that your threshold for asking a question should be very, very low. Questions are the lifeblood of engineering. Everyone in the world talks about Silicon Valley. Portland, Oregon claims to be the Silicon Forest. Bangalore, India, the Silicon Valley of India. It's almost as if they think the secret to success is the word silicon. After working in Silicon Valley now for 2 decades, I think the secret to the valley is its lack of hierarchy and comfort with questions from anyone. A young engineer can come from anywhere, join a team, and feel comfortable interrupting their boss or even their CEO to suggest that the data should be read differently. I can tell you that in my work, I am questioned and corrected nearly every day by colleagues some 20 years younger than me. Ask questions, challenge assumptions, try to develop a model for how your business works. Like anything else, you're going to make mistakes. Don't worry about it. In fast-moving technology areas, having the right questions is the key to success. Lesson 2. Don't be defined by your setbacks and failures. 3 years before I came to school here, a Syracuse junior, Vanessa Williams, was chosen Miss America. She was the first African-American winner, and with her crown, she was on her way to fulfilling her childhood dream of making it in show business. She is now considered the most successful Miss America winner in the field of entertainment. But that neat summary left out some important details of her story. After she won the Miss America competition, she received death threats. And 10 months after she was chosen, X-rated photos of Williams were printed in Penthouse magazine, and she was forced to resign her title. She was 3 years younger than most of you are here today. Imagine the shame and disappointment she felt. She could have crumbled, but she didn't. She did not let herself be defined by these setbacks. She kept working on her career, and 4 years later came out with her first album, which was a huge success. In life, you're going to encounter setbacks, large and small. You may not get the job offer you want. Your boyfriend or girlfriend will break up with you. You may not get a promotion when you want it. Your company will go out of business, and your boss may call you into their office to tell you that you've been fired. You must not let these things define you. We've all, so many of us in industry have suffered these setbacks. Sure, be mad, be sad, unhappy for a while, but keep moving. I've seen some of the most talented and intelligent engineers thrown off the track by their poor reactions to these setbacks. Setbacks are coming your way. Don't let them derail you. Lesson 3. Build your own board of directors. 20 years ago, I met Naresh Segal here when we were both students at Syracuse. Over the years, Naresh has been my boss at Intel and served as my PhD co-advisor. Not only does Naresh have his PhD also from Syracuse, but he has an MBA and an amazing work background. I jokingly refer to him as the $8 billion man because he was responsible for one of Intel's most important relationships. But the neat thing about Naresh is that he will tell you honestly what he thinks without holding back. As an example, at one point, when I was not focused enough on my PhD, Naresh told me that at the rate I was progressing, his 3-year-old son was going to finish his PhD before I was. Enduring Naresh's criticisms has been hard at times, but without it, I would not be where I am today. Today we talk about our careers and raising our families, and he's a very, very close friend. But too frequently, we let the Naresh Segals of our life slip away when we change jobs or when we relocate and move. And that is a great disservice. You're all familiar with the role that a board of directors plays for companies. I urge you to create a personal board of directors that can help you and advise you on your career and personal life. Think about who you want on your board of directors. They should meet 3 tests. First, they should understand you as a person. Second, they should have a diverse background and wide spectrum of knowledge. And third, they should care about you and be willing to give you frank advice. It is your job to keep your board of directors informed with significant details of your life as they occur, and to listen to what they say and make your own decisions. This group need not be large in number. Over years, I have assembled a board of directors, which in addition to to Naresh, includes my parents, Professor Chen, a chess grandmaster, a childhood friend, several previous managers, and a few other people that I've sought out, and my wife. It's good to include your spouse, as they often are your real boss. Today's ceremony, the professors laugh, the students will see later. Today's ceremony recognizes your achievements in earning your master's and PhD degrees. As you embark on your careers and become the next generation of our great alumni network, I urge you to ask questions, even if they seem dumb. Don't be knocked off track by the setbacks that are coming your way, and start your own board of directors by staying in touch with your favorite professors and peers. With these lessons and the skills that you have learned here at Syracuse, you are well positioned to lead the next technology wave and changes that are going to shape our world. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
I want to thank Bill for a wonderful speech, an astute speech, a humorous speech, and I think it's really left all of us, I think, with some lessons to think about for the way we live our lives going forward. Thank you very much, Bill.